the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome in. We're live downtown Vegas, Circa Resort and Casino. Fun hour on tap in 15 minutes. Real or Fugazi, bottom of the hour. Jensen Lewis pops on the program. We'll get his best bets for baseball coming up tonight. Our in-pocket plays, Pauly, and Major League Baseball. A smaller card overall today, but we do have, 7 night games, I believe. One of which is the Mariners playing in Yankee Stadium again tonight. Brian Wu takes on Marcus Stroman. The Mariners opened up minus 120. There's a little bit of money on the Yankees down here at Circa to minus 107. I got a message earlier today that said, in what world should Brian Wu basically be a pick'em against Marcus Stroman?
Well, I know, but it's an indictment of Stroman, but it's also, can you trust Seattle? And I know you don't, but still, I couldn't take the Yankees here at Seattle or pass. 3-0 with an 0.72 his last 4 starts. All about Wu here, but again, here comes the offense after 16 straight unders, 10 straight overs for the Yankees. They've scored 5+ runs, 8 in a row, and a big total. But the bat should come alive in this one, and they should torch Stroman.
Okay, let me ask you this. You like to bet on streaks. I get involved. 10 straight overs for the Yankees. That's not the streak that I'm talking about, though. It's with Brian Wu. His outs prop tonight, man, they're begging you. It's 17.5, but the over is like minus 165, minus 170 at last check to go over. Here's the deal. Brian Wu has recorded 18+ outs in every single one of his 17 starts this year. They're like, here it is.
That's right.
We're not making it 18.5 tonight. It's 17.5. Do you want to go contrarian? Do you want to play it under plus money, like the Yankees get to him a little bit? Fireworks? 10 straight overs, let's make it 11?
I know. I could see it.
You know, some pitchers go to Yankee Stadium and die.
Yep. What was Schilling's line? What, Destiny and, who were the strippers?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Mystique and Destiny appearing nightly. Nah, this isn't a gentleman's club. Come on, it's a baseball game. Come on. And then the kid blows back-to-back saves in the World Series. Kim, whatever his name was.
That's right.
Oh, man.
By the way, the weirdest name you've ever heard at one of those places, do you know?
Oh, ever?
Yeah.
Oh, come to the stage, paging so-and-so. Oh, God, I'd have to think about it, I'm sure, yeah. Living here for 25 years, what do you got? You're sitting on something good.
It's just like at the time it was so silly. We're like, can we sit down with her and tell her to come up with something else? Her stage name was Cotton Candy. It's like, please, come on.
Yeah.
And this is like 20+ years ago.
I'm okay with it.
You're okay with Cotton Candy?
I thought you were going to hit me with something more egregious, to be honest with you.
Well, no, I mean, there probably is, but I don't want to say everything on the air here. That one sticks with me. Just like...
You danced to Motley Crue, I'm sure?
Def Leppard, I believe.
Oh, sure.
Was the big one.
Yeah.
I kind of want to play Wu under. Now, Stroman has actually made 5 starts this year. The ERA, 7.45. The FIP, 6.5. Paul, he's walking 4.66 batters per 9. Now, he's actually recorded 15 outs in 2 straight starts, but that number was 2, 12, and 14 outs in his first 3. His number is 14.5 tonight. Is he going to go 5 strong?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like you think so.
Nope. I'm all about the next game. Good job by you yesterday. We had drinks with Glenn from Quincy, Massachusetts, after the game. We met him at Foxwoods years ago. Glenn's the guy who always loves the under 1.5 shortest touchdown.
Yep.
So we're watching the game. Red Sox start off with a leadoff triple, and you're like, this has got to be 10-2 Red Sox written all over it. Bam! Final score. And then we bet the team total over as well, and they got there. The Red Sox, 96 runs during this streak. They won 9 of 11. 9.5. Buehler against Bradley. And Buehler's been awful. I'm all about runs in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rays touch him up. Bradley has had some success in Fenway going back, but the Red Sox are on fire. Comeback might be, a little bit of the Rockies and Nats. Okay.
That is the comeback.
Is it? Okay. But the offense has been dynamite here last 11, so I think that'll continue with fireworks at Fenway, 9.5 Buehler and Bradley.
Yeah, more on Bradley here. So it's not like he's in any great form as well. He has allowed 3+ earned runs in 4 of his last 6 starts. And he's had, looking at the game log, going over it, he's had, I'd say, 2 solid starts going all the way back to the beginning of June. Buehler, 3 or fewer strikeouts in 4 straight games in 5 out of 6. Now, he did pitch June 11th against the Rays. For what it's worth, he was really good in that game, 7 innings and 7 strikeouts overall. But all these players for the Red Sox are now suddenly like super hot. That's probably because of the Nationals and the Rockies, like Trevor Story, Gonzalez, Duran, others, including Roman Anthony. They have been like on fire for the last week or so. I don't disagree. I think 9.5, we can certainly see some more runs in this game tonight.
Okay. Yep.
We had a guest on 30 minutes ago who made a great case for Strider tonight to have a bunch of Ks. Looking at the numbers and the metrics from his last start, it looks like Strider's back. That's my question. Will he put it together again tonight and be the good Strider? 8+ Ks in only 3 of his 10 starts this year. His K prop is between 7.5, either juiced over or 8.5 at plus money. The total again is 10.5, and so far we've seen fireworks so far in this series, Pauly. I said so far twice there.
Yep, that's all right. Yep. And how about Michaelis? This is a sneaky. This is a trap game, right? Don't you think? St. Louis and Michaelis only $1.50. He's been getting bombed. 20 bombs allowed since June 1st.
Well,
or excuse me, second in home runs allowed since June 1st. Can't read my writing. Lost 4 of his last 5 with an ERA of 8 and change. Cheap against Washington. Again, a total of 9.
Maybe home run props here tonight for the Nationals. A guy like James Wood strikes me as a guy who could have a big game here. Soroka can strike out a lot of batters. And to your point, Paul, the Cardinals are down to minus 133 in that neighborhood. Some spots.
God. Really? That's I know he's been bad, but that's too much respect for the Nats. That can't be that low.
Well, but every game that's been fishy for the last 10 days on the show is
that's good.
Right?
There it is, right?
Fishy number for a reason.
Yeah, that is. That's the one that jumps out today.
Happened last night with the Rangers game.
Yep.
D-backs are playing at the Padres. Rodriguez takes on Vasquez. I was hoping to get some plus money today on Arizona. That was wishful thinking. Not going to happen. Rodriguez on the year, a 5.78 ERA, but he's been very unfortunate. The xFIP, which is a truer number of ERA, is 2 runs short of that. Also 10+ Ks per 9. His batting average of balls in play is higher than 360, which is way higher than league average. Meanwhile, Vasquez on the year, 90 innings. Paul, he's striking out 4.8 batters per 9 and walking more than 4 batters per 9. I think he has fewer than 50 Ks on the year in 90 innings and a 5.80 FIP. I want nothing to do with that guy tonight.
Yep.
It would be the Diamondbacks here or nothing.
Okay. Rodriguez has been good. Carroll owns Vasquez, hitting 500 against him as well. You want to do a player prop, however you want to go about that.
Yeah, 5 of 10 in his career with 3 doubles.
Yep.
I'll give you some other red-hot players. Now, again, this comes down to how do you want to approach it with hits, runs, and RBIs. Do you want to do maybe total bases?
You're on your own, but that's always a tough conundrum there.
Sure. Jose Ramirez, last 7. This is all, what I'm about to tell you is all last 7 days.
Isn't that something? Wasn't he 0 for 21? Now he's gone deep 3 games in a row.
Yep. So, he has 4 home runs, 7 RBIs, 7 runs, and 4 stolen bases in his last 7 days. Phenomenal numbers. The players for the Red Sox that I talked about, Story, in the last week, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 8 runs scored. Duran, 2 home runs, 3 doubles, a triple, 11 RBIs. And for the Yankees tonight, because of obviously their team and their games getting involved with so many runs here lately, while they have some hot players, Dominguez is batting .409 in the last week with 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 2 stolen bases. Judge, surprise, 3 home runs. And Jazz Chisholm, .368 over the last week, 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. I think I got to bet Woo Wonder routes. Just go against the grain. I bet him over 18.5 last time. He got to 18. They pulled him at 93 pitches. I know I'm dancing with the devil in the pale moonlight with this bet, but
yep.
I would be stunned if he goes the entire year and gets 6+ innings every single start.
I want your reaction to a couple games tomorrow. The overnights are out. Joe Ryan, $1.20 against Paul Skeens.
Did you see that they bumped him up?
Yeah.
This is so I think both guys can actually now be in the All-Star game next week.
Uh-huh.
They are super stoked in Minnesota for this pitching matchup.
6.5 the total. Scherzer $1.50 against Severino in sack.
Scherzer's what, $1.50?
Yeah.
Runs.
10.5 the total.
That's not high enough.
Okay. Logan Webb $1.30 against May. Dodgers have lost 6 in a row.
Where's that game at?
It's in San Francisco.
Oh, man. Webb at home at night?
Yeah. May on the road?
Yeah, that is juicy.
Put me down. Put me, Shelley the Machine Levine. Put me on the board. I got to take that one.
Logan Webb at that park at night is basically Zach Wheeler at home during the day.
Sure. It's also, more so May. Giants struggle to hit, but May's been so bad on the road. Sure. Good. Good
Josh Bell, by the way, I forgot about that.
Okay.
I was talking about home run props. Josh Bell has good numbers against Michaelis. 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 10 of 34 in his career. And small sample size, but Adolis Garcia has also homered off the Angels pitcher tonight twice in his career.
Okay.
So
those are good. Those have been strong.
All right.
Got done. Arise didn't get it done the other day. He had it 0 for 4, but Simeon went deep yesterday.
That's right.
So that one came in.
Warming up a little bit.
Yeah.
That was 8-6 Rangers yesterday. Couldn't hang on.
I know.
Blew the game. All right, Follow the money here on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Contrary to what certain media folks say, betting this event doesn't make you a degenerate. Real or Fugazi is up next.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard are here to make you a friend of ours.
That would mean you were made guy.
Investigating what is and isn't legit.
Plus, that's a Fugazi. All right? That's a Fugazi. I looked at it for 2 seconds.
Seeing through the lines to make you a better.
I know you know. And I know you know I know you know.
The FTM Army is being sent for.
In our thing, you get sent for, you go in alive, you come out dead. And it's your best friend that does.
These two wise guys would never steer you wrong.
Forget about it.
This is Real or Fugazi on Follow the Money.
Great job. Love it. A fantastic open. Mitch, the Lakers need to listen to Luka. It's his team. Is that real or Fugazi?
I want him to go to Palenque and say, you know this LeBron fella? Get him off this team.
Can sign the extension in early August.
Well, I mean, how much are you talking about? Like whatever he says goes?
If something happens here, I'm not feeling this. I don't like this. But imagine if he doesn't sign a long-term extension.
Well,
and then what?
My God.
LeBron's gone. Luka's gone. You traded Anthony Davis. Then what? You're stuck with Reeves?
Then the new owners are going to have to sell the team again.
Take a loss. Get out.
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly sit down and say, absolutely, let's talk about everything because you are the future. You are the Los Angeles Lakers for the next decade.
That's right. Mid-20s. Everyone thinks he'll sign that extension in a month. And about being part of that legacy and that brand. And then with Walter and with the Dodgers essentially taking over, I would think he would have to do that and look forward to the future. And the Lakers are getting ready for 2 years when some monster free agents are available.
Yeah, 2027 is going to be the big one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Big time, guys. But you can't. It's an unmitigated disaster if something would happen here. And you just have to...
Well, no, I mean, you're going to have to, promise him everything in the world to make sure that he's going to sign their, it's got to be a max contract for how many ever years possible.
Yeah. Devin Booker is a disgrace.
No.
Oh.
Why is he a disgrace?
You bet. You don't think so? So you're going to say real or Fugazi?
It's a total Fugazi.
He just signed 2 for $145.
Why is it on him?
Okay. You've been in the league for 10 years. You won 36 games last year. And now you want to come back and it's just, he just wants to be the guy and be the number one option on a team. Do you want to win something? You had the one run where you went to the finals and you led 2 games to none. You let it get away. Giannis was great. You lost to Milwaukee in 6. Why don't you want to go somewhere else or go somewhere where you can win? And also, I don't like how they teach his own. I remember how they celebrated when he scored 70. He's a good player.
Well,
when
it's
he
a long
scored,
time ago, too. But, yeah, he was a rookie, I think, wasn't he?
They celebrated like they won the title when he scored 70 against the Celtics.
First of all,
he's been on so many bad teams. I would just think it's like...
Paul, if they offered you that money, what are you going to say? The disgraceful part of this is the Suns actually offering that money.
You could go there,
but
too.
But beyond that, it's how the contracts work in the NBA.
Yeah, you could go there, too.
And like that contract, and I know future contracts are going to piss off so many people, but it already has. I have family members who gave up on the NBA they can't stand it because of how the money's gone out of control. They tapped out in the league. They will not watch it anymore.
Well, that to me silly, but I mean, that's just a way of life. I mean, does Julia Roberts deserve $40 million for a movie that bombs? I mean, so he got 2 for $145. It's the highest extension in NBA history.
Let's say the people who run Live Golf.
Yeah, right.
They come up
another good call.
Right, they come up with a sports betting network, and they offer you $8 million a year. What are you going to do? There's no hesitation.
Yeah.
You're taking the job.
Yeah.
You're taking the money. You're going to go to Brian Musburger and Bill 80, and they're going to say, Paul, you're an idiot for not taking the job. That would happen. I don't blame these live golfers. It sucks because it ruined the PGA Tour.
Right. But this guy has made a ton of money throughout his career, though. I'm just saying, don't you want to win at some point?
Well, how are we in a spot where the NBA can offer their players $74 million a year?
Yeah. Yep.
That's preposterous.
But it's just, from the other standpoint, is what Ispia just did. You got to blow it up. You had Durant, Booker, and Beal on the same team, and you couldn't even make the play, and you went 10 games under 500. Man, contrary to some national media opinions, you're not a degenerate for betting on the NBA Summer League. Real or Fugazi?
No, that's totally real. How are you a degen for doing that? The one thing that comes to mind in previous years of, okay, you might have something wrong.
Ping pong?
That was the Russian ping pong.
Yeah.
But also, we were in the middle of a pandemic.
But we also knew it wasn't legit and there were shenanigans.
Yeah,
That's
for
the other
sure.
thing.
And you were still betting on it.
You knew there was tomfoolery.
Right.
That it wasn't on the up and up.
And I know people who gravitated then to Korean baseball. And they, by the way, they still thrive betting Korean baseball. They're like, I got nothing. I can bet it every night. They learned, they adapted, and that's still like the number one thing that they bet on. And back then, I'm sure people were saying, oh, you're a total loser and a degenerate if you're betting on Korean baseball. Really? But this will come up again during the NFL preseason. It happens almost every single year.
Yes. Right.
All right.
That's the one that's, to me, the most absurd and asinine.
Absolutely, yes. If the Tigers give up a huge package for Paul Skeens and they go on to win one World Series, the whole thing is worth it.
Oh, boy.
Real or Fugazi?
That one's tough. But it's not like it was like the Cubs and the Red Sox and you had this long...
Look, can you look that up? When's the last time
boy.
the Tigers won the World Series?
That's a tough one.
Was it 40 years ago?
It wasn't 84, was it? I thought they got one with Verlander. Did they
No,
lose to the Giants?
84,
It is 84?
Yeah, they got swept by the Giants that year.
84? Yeah, you might be right. Even if it's a huge haul and a big package, if you're able to do it. And you just like the hell with the future. Yeah, real.
Here'd be my one comparison.
Yep.
Years ago, the San Francisco Giants signed Barry Zito to what everybody thought was a ridiculous contract. In fact, one year the guy, I don't even think it was on the playoff roster, he was so bad. But he came back, I think it was in 2012, and he was awesome, and he helped him win a World Series. That contract was totally worth it then.
Yeah, Cubs getting Chapman from the Yankees.
Yeah.
Gave up a haul. It was a rental, but they helped them win the World Series. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The 4 best teams making the semifinals of the college football playoff would be better than all 4 number 1 seeds making it that deep in college basketball like this previous year. Real Fugazi.
You want chalk? You saying?
That last year's Final Four was epic. I honestly think this one's Fugazi.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think you beat this last Final Four was as good as we're ever going to get.
Yeah, but also I like to see a mix, though, in college football. Like, that was the thing, if you want to say the powerhouses, but I think that was the problem we had with college football for years. There was no parity, and you knew the same teams were going to make it every year.
Yeah.
Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, and Georgia, whatever it would be. But I'd like to see a little guy in there as well. But that'd be great. Penn State, take your pick. It'd be good. But Penn State, Clemson, whoever.
Yeah, I'm just saying, on paper, those games would be, if they played out to be close games, that'd be one hell of a 1-2 combo there.
In the breaking news yesterday on the show, Matt Humans, Bill 80 has to talk, Bill 80 who runs things at VSiN, has to talk to Matt Humans about keeping the fast food rankings. Biggest thing we do, what he does, I know you retweeted it as well, about, hey, 5 times a day I do this. That's the thing, about 80 has to talk to him about sponsorships. Let's continue to grow with this. I would insist it's June or July he comes out with it. I would insist because it's so popular.
Matt's a little busy.
Sure, but this is also, I also think it's the biggest thing we do. But also, as he said, what you retweeted the first time he did this during COVID, he does this anyways. He loves it. This is his life. He does this 5 times a day. So he knows what's the big deal about, okay, put this together and put your rankings. Well, he's not a phony.
It's total Fugazi. You are obsessed with this more than anything I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'm a team player.
It's not about that whatsoever. It's because you love fast food, and this is right up your alley.
No, not so much. I just think it's more about the company.
Can you... Sure, yeah. You're always thinking about everybody else other than yourself.
Yes.
That happens on a daily basis. If you have listened to Matt Humans like the last 3 times that he's talked about it, I pegged this immediately.
Yeah,
the passion's gone.
Yeah, you picked up on it.
He doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, it's okay, though.
You can't force the guy.
Okay. What'd you think of the last Tool album? I mean, it's still going to do it. You have a problem if Tool puts out an album? If Metallica plays till they're 75? I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Sometimes it's going to go a little bit down, but it's...
Okay, but also, like to his point, the Chicago Bulls, that was it after 6 titles. That was it.
Well,
no more.
That was BS.
But Jordan also called it quits, and he came back eventually.
That was on Reinsdorf and Krause.
It doesn't matter how it happened.
Stupid.
Like everything that's good comes to an end eventually. Like all TV shows, a lot of times they stay on for too long.
Need a longer run. A good old fashioned is hard to beat. Real or Fugazi.
That's real.
Oh, if it's made right.
Oh, that might be the best drink there is.
That goes back to your guy Starkus, though.
Oh, I know.
He can tell right away if the bartender knows what he's doing or not.
Yeah.
But if it's made the right way, a good old fashioned, hard to beat. Damn, that's a good drink.
We'll ask that on Twitter at VSiN Live at Mitch Moss Radio, Pauly Howard. When made right, what drink beats a good old fashioned? I think pound for pound, I would put that up against like any other cocktail.
How they make it at Vicky's over here too?
Oh, it's delicious.
Top notch, baby.
Up next, MLB Bets with VSiN by the Books host Jensen Lewis. Find out what he likes tonight coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Big night tonight in Major League Baseball. Plenty of games still to come. We'll get some best bets here as we head out to the Progressive Guest line. Our next guest is the host of our morning show here on VSiN. It's called VSiN by the Books. He does it with Dave Ross every single Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. It's Jensen Lewis. Good afternoon, pal. How are you today?
Great to see you, boys. Always a pleasure to be alongside.
We've talked to you before about Jacob Mizorowski, this young stud for the Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, we kind of joked around like he's must-watch television. I don't think it's must-watch TV as a joke anymore, right? After what he did against the Dodgers in his last start. I mean, this is pretty ridiculous, man.
I had 2 quick stories. The first one was when Skeens made his debut. I was putting together our new patio furniture in my garage because it was just pouring rain outside. And I'm like, come hell or high water, am I going to miss this? And, it was just euphoric to watch it. The only other relation I have, I was telling you guys in the break, is when I was in the bullpen with the Indians and Steven Strasburg made his first road start after the 14 strikeout performance in the home debut and his major league debut. And he got up and he threw his first pitch in the bottom of the first. I'm like, okay, yep, that's for real. And I think that's kind of the same thing that I've felt in my gut watching the Miz and just this last start against the Dodgers. And I get it, the Dodgers have really struggled offensively. But when you do that and you make some Hall of Fame hitters look pretty bad a couple of times, not only is that for real, but I think there's staying power. And guys, my only question is, what does Pat Murphy and company do to manage his workload? We would assume the Brewers are going to be in this thing not only for the division but for a playoff spot. And I just wonder how they kind of manage his workload as you get into August and eventually September as well.
Yeah, that's going to be think about that for a second. What will they do? if they win their first playoff series and like they're knocking on the door here to maybe make a trip to the World Series, how do you possibly make that decision to shut the guy down?
Yeah, and it may be a different way to do it, guys. If you remember, David Price was a rookie with Tampa, and he eventually in that postseason was a guy that would finish games out. It may just end up being a real discussion between the front office and the coaching staff, what suits him best. And fellas, the back end of that Brewer bullpen is pretty nasty in its own right. That's without them making any moves to the deadline. So the offense has allowed them to get to this point. But with Brandon Woodruff coming back, and if he is anywhere close to what his old self was, fellas, this is a pretty dangerous team in a short series.
I said this earlier. This is maybe a little wishful thinking. I wanted the Diamondbacks at plus money. I want nothing to do with Vasquez and the Padres tonight. You also like the D-backs. You think at the current number it's still worth a bet?
Absolutely. And I think Eduardo Rodriguez a little undervalued here, considering, what he's been unlucky in certain spots as well. So to see this price, I think I got it at $1.21. It's $1.26 here on DraftKings. Yeah, and honestly, Arizona's going to have to start making a push, guys, because they're going to be one of those teams when we get through the All-Star break next week that is going to field a boatload of phone calls about Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor, of course, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly. They're going to have to kick it in right now and really make that call sooner than later, because they've got a lot of great assets that can help them in the near term, but also their long-term roster construction too.
Red Sox, Rays coming up, Boston on fire. We talked about this before you came on. They've won 9 of 11 and scored almost 100 runs. Mitch said be careful because factor in the competition. It was Colorado and Washington. What do you think of Buehler going against Bradley coming up?
Yeah, and I can understand the apprehension wanting to back him because he's been kind of a gas can, so I get it.
Yep.
We could see runs on both sides tonight. Pauly, I went an alternate run line here with the Red Sox. I went +1. Got it this morning at $1.41. If you build it out in some places, go ahead and find your best number there. But kind of 2 cracks at the apple here, plus the last AB there in the 9th inning if we need it. So Taj Bradley also too, guys. There's times where he's looked utterly dominant, and then the command just goes away, and he'll walk the house. So I'll back the Fenway faithful, and just knowing where the Red Sox bats are to this point offensively, and take my chances with Buehler, even if he gets punched out early.
I'll ask a follow-up here on Boston. If they continue to be hot before the All-Star break and then before the deadline, I mean, after giving up Devers, for a few players earlier in the year, do they kind of change their mind and say, my God, we might be players here in the American League?
Here's the dichotomy, I think, Mitch, and I know Jarren Duran's going to get a lot of run, and he should, because of the years of control left and what he could net them, as well as Wilyer Abreu. But, with Bregman Alex Cora wants Bregman back before the All-Star break. I don't know if they'll get there, but if they do, what he's done in that lineup now with the young pups coming in, and Roman Anthony, if you're looking for a player prop tonight, I think his hits, runs, RBI is a great way to look. Wilyer Abreu, too, in that category. But Mitch, Dave and I were talking about this morning. If you feel like the Red Sox can run this down, you look at the division prices 14-1. That pennant price is 25-1. There is a special market on DraftKings. I think I may have talked to you guys about this before. Red Sox are 100-1 to win the American League East and the American League pennant. So by virtue of just basically getting a better price on that division, you at least give yourself a way better opportunity to monetize there. So Red Sox are 100-1, Jays are 10-1, Rays are 40-1. If you feel the Yankees don't get it done in that division, I would advocate for that market, just knowing how wide open the American postseason probably will be.
Okay. And now Michaelis has been brutal since early June. He's been giving up a lot of home runs and a ton of runs. What do you want to do with the Nationals here?
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to that alternate run line, Pauly, and it is more of a play on the inconsistency with Michaelis. +1 for the Nats at minus $1.26. I do think the offense, I think Mitch was listening to you earlier. I think you're talking about James Wood. Nice little guy to target here, just especially with the arsenal. Really no swing and miss that you have to worry about with Michaelis and his recent form. So Josh Bell is a guy too that's, I believe, had great career numbers there. Just anything from the left side is going to create a much higher exit velo potential against Michaelis. So I think I'd rather err on the side of where the Nationals are playing for the new manager, Miguel Cairo, new in quotes. Obviously, he's been there on their bench. But yeah, I think there's a little more motivation there on the Nats side than there is the Cardinal side.
All right. You're looking to do the same thing with an alternate kind of like run line here with the Angels taking on the Rangers tonight?
Guys, the Rangers are 10 games under 500 on the road. And, I hate to do, things against Patrick Corbin because, it feels like recently he's figured out how to get people out again, but too good of an opportunity with this offense too. And I think that total is upwards of 10 now in some places. So we could see off. I know we saw a boatload of runs there last night. Rangers bullpen stinks right now too. So I'll take the Angels again, +1. Got them, I think $1.32 for me earlier this morning. Kahanowitz has been fine. I think he's serviceable enough. You look at where that Ranger offense is. Marcus Semien has turned it on a little bit. I think, Corey Seager, obviously, Adolis Garcia, top of that lineup makes more sense with the back end. Just I don't know what you can expect from that to potentially have to come from behind. So I take the Angel bullpen right now and just that offense at home.
Very good. Hey, you live in the Cleveland area. With football now getting closer by the week, who would you bet on today to win the Browns Week 1 starting job?
My heart tells me that it's Flacco because I think Kevin Stefanski feels that in his heart of hearts, he doesn't want to have to, go pivot to a Pickett or a Gabriel early. I think maybe you guys had a discussion about when you look at where that schedule is and they go overseas to play the Vikings. I think after that could be your first line of demarcation too about if they're 0-4-5, guys, if they don't beat the Bengals in week 1, I don't know where their first win is. So it's really difficult to see them sticking with Flacco longer than maybe going over to Europe. If they are where we think they could be, then I think that's where your change is. So like I said, my heart tells me Flacco. There really hasn't been too much more up here outside of, hey, it's, we're going to have guys compete and all that. But there's been nothing that has really stood out to say, like, it's Kenny Pickett's job to lose or any of the young pups as well.
Yeah, barring a miracle, right? It's not going to be one of the rookies, though.
You would have to have a significant, Flacco non-contact injury, can't go. I'd still think that, we've seen it plenty of times in camp, right, where you have a quarterback go down, you make a phone call. Kenny Pickett feels like that guy that they offload if they really like where Gabriel's at in his development. The owner made the Shedeur Sanders pick, so you always have that wild card in there too with Jimmy Haslam. But yeah, barring something completely unforeseen, guys, I think it's Flacco in week 1.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You can follow Jensen on X. He's at JLou50. Catch him every morning here, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern with Dave Ross on VSiN by the books, and he was on the Progressive Guest Line. Good to talk to you as always. Best of luck tonight.
Likewise. Thanks, fellas.
Yep. Thank you, buddy.
There you go. All right, so he's getting creative tonight. Bunch of bets. I think he maybe talked me into the Diamondbacks.
This is a great market at DraftKings. Not week 1 starter.
Okay.
Most passing yards in the season. Flacco +150, Pickett +240, Sanders and Gabriel 4-1.
Well, actually, in that market, one of the rookies might be worth taking.
Right. Giants, Wilson -220, Dart 4-1. You got to take some Dart there. Same 4.
Their schedule, oh my God, to begin.
When will he pull the plug on Wilson? Will he be around to pull the plug on Wilson?
In-pocket plays coming up next.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3-1 odds. Nope. 5-1. Nope. 10-1. You're on.
All right. Split yesterday. Angel Reese had 11 rebounds. Streak comes to an end of 6 in a row with 15+. So she had 15 points again, too, and they won.
Slow start.
11.
Only had 4, I think, at halftime.
Yeah, no, that got me. First quarter, she had 1, I believe. Yep, Red Sox team total 5.5 flies over. They won 10-2. Okay, we're going to go with the women's championship match Saturday at Wimbledon. Iga, minus 3.5 games. I just think when you get that mini upset, and now you got to be able to bounce back, stay calm, cool, and collected, relax, on to the next. I think that's a lot to overcome.
Yeah, for a player who was ranked 186 this time last year.
Yep, and Iga had no problems today, and actually was, I think, 8 or 9 to 1 to win 6-love as she did in the second set. So no problems there. I think she gets it done in the championship match Saturday morning. And tomorrow, come on, Giants $1.30 at home against the Dodgers. It's Webb at home against May. Webb, money at home. May, a mess on the road. I think the Giants get it done. Looking forward to that one. That's tomorrow night. Look ahead.
All right, best of luck. Yeah, I was with you. Angel Reese, over 13.5, never got the job done. Yeah, the baseball stuff was really good yesterday. Unfortunately, did not have that in pocket tonight. Hopefully, it goes that same way with them being in pocket. I'm doing it, Pauly. I'm taking a walk on the wild side. For those who's tuning into the show, Brian Wu has recorded at least 18 outs in every single one of his starts this year. He's made 17 starts. His prop tonight is 17.5. Juiced, like heavily over 17.5 outs. I'm grabbing plus 130 on the under. I just think that Yankee Stadium can be a little bit different for certain guys. He's been towing that line a little bit in recent starts. This offense is clicking right now. Dominguez, Judge, Chisholm have been warming up again. Well, Judge has been hot the entire year. So if he does it, I'll tip my cap, but plus money to the under 17.5, I got to do it. And Diamondbacks tonight, you can find the minus 117. Vasquez is the weakest link. And that's, by the way, I'm saying that with what I had to say about Dylan Cease yesterday, who got smoked again last night.
Yes.
Vasquez should not be starting for the Padres. So this number, again, I know I said I wanted plus money. In this range, still worth a bet in my opinion. Jensen kind of talked me into it as well, so if it loses, I'll blame him. Just kidding, but it's Diamondbacks minus 117 officially there on the money line tonight.
You're serious about winning this football season? Our NFL betting guide, your first real edge, available now, over 90 pages. Previews of every team, every division, win total breakdowns, best bets, player props, betting projections. Lock it in, our football special, 175 through the whole season, through the Super Bowl. Every guide, every best bet, every host, every guest, the dog videos, the data, the tools, the morning email from Bill 80. This ends July 31st when the season technically starts with the Hall of Fame game. Lions, Chargers. So we're 3 weeks away from having football until February. VSiN.com/subscribe. Sign up, get it today. VSiN.com/subscribe. As always, check out the podcast as well. And that's where you'll find the great Richard Munchkin. We held him we owe him lunch, dinner. We held him for an hour. He was great. I believe that was his 4th appearance ever on the show. 3 of them in person. Scotland Yard, I still think is my favorite Munchkin story, but the copper wire with the exploding ball with the roulette, I came out of nowhere. I mean, I'm a fan of his work, and he's got his podcast with Bob Dancer. I had not heard that one before.
The ball disintegrated while it was spinning around the wheel, and the guy who was cheating hightailed it, and like the dealer is like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, ball's gone.
It's a magic trick. Where did it go?
Yeah. That's the other thing, and he said that off air. It's fascinating to talk to these guys who did this for 20, 30 years, the cheats, and how creative they would have to be. And that's like the story where your job is to go in and start a fight and cause a ruckus. And then we come in and we smuggle in the cooler and our shoe and manipulate the deck and win that way. And, you flash the dealer or whatever, and then the girl comes over, low top, let me kiss the ball, and the maneuver comes in, whatever.
Paul, I'm willing to try most things once. Like I'll get very exotic with the food. Like you put something in front of me, I'll probably give it a shot at least one time. I'm not afraid of much. And by the way, like the spicier, the better. I'm not afraid. I love spicy food.
I'm scared. Yep.
That is like thinking about that when he was telling that story, knowing myself, I couldn't do that.
No.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a commotion, and then it's my job to pull this out of a sling, as he described it, and put the cooler deck right there when nobody's looking. But as he said, like the dealer, the pit boss, the eye in the sky, they're probably all going to be in on it. So that makes it a little bit better.
Yeah. Well,
I still couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to.
It's kind of like Mission Impossible. The last 2 Mission Impossible movies, huge points of the plotter, the pickpocket, and what happens.
Yeah.
And to be able to pull that off, right?
That's right.
And
that was great.
That's also like, I don't know, palming chips too. But what the guy would do on roulette when the dealer would turn the head and would slide the big chip underneath his stack and then point out, wait a second, your mistake. No, I had a $500 chip on that one. You got to pay me big on that. There's a whole book on that.
Yeah.
On how the guy would do that.
Yeah, if you missed any of it today, Munchkin was awesome for an hour. You can always go back and listen on the Follow the Money podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. It's been a damn good week for guests such as Richard, right? Sean Deeb was great. We're getting phenomenal feedback, by the way, on social media regarding the Munchkin appearance, which would be expected because he is such a great storyteller and he's led quite the life. Also, response here saying that the drink that can challenge an old-fashioned when made properly, plenty of people chiming in saying that it's the Manhattan. Bosch, it's been a minute, Bosch. Pink Floyd in the house. A properly made Manhattan beats a properly made old-fashioned any day of the week. I don't know. I would not know that answer. I've never had a Manhattan.
Okay. Strong.
And Jesse is strong. He says, bleep your old-fashions. But that's it. He never followed it up with anything else.
Come on, it's a great drink. Good drink. I used to drink the Long Islands in college because I was a fatty, and they're so strong and potent that I would need them to put me under and get me going. I have like 4 or 5 of those. So the Booker discussion's good too, because I'm saying he's been in the league for 10 years. You've made the money. It's not like you're going to get 140 or nothing. Someone's still going to sign you, or you could take less. I'm just saying, at what point do you say, let me try to win here? And even Karl Malone signed for the minimum that year with the Lakers. Minimum.
Well, they tried to win last year, and it was a complete disaster.
It was, yeah. But
now, was that Booker's fault? Or
he's also got, I think he's a coach killer, too. Not all of them. I can't put the whole thing on him entirely.
Are you saying Booker or Kevin Durant?
I think both of them. You have to say both because of what Durant did with the Nets, too. He said, get rid of Atkinson, bring in Nash. Stupid, right? That was dumb.
I mean, I going back to what I said about the contracts, I do believe, like, if there was no salary cap and no max, like giving a guy like LeBron in his prime or like no Joker now or Steph Curry or Freak, if they make $100 million, so be it. But the way it's structured right now, like only certain players would deserve that much money. Devin Booker's a really good basketball player. But how many other players now who are not even at his level are going to be making 60, if they're not there already, $60 or $70 million per year? And that's a problem. Like, not all players deserve that much money.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe it. 2 for 145.
Yeah, that was startling.
They won 36 games last year.
What are you expecting from Cooper Flagg tonight?
I'd go under 20 points.
Well, that's for sure.
I go under 18. It's probably 17 and a half, too. But how many minutes is he going to get, right?
Well, this is going to be one and done for him, right?
Yeah, your rundown earlier about going back the minutes, how number 1 overall picks have done. Could be foul trouble. I mean, that's just, I think it's a big ask for him to get to 17-18 tonight. I'm
trying to find like just a regular player prop on him anywhere.
20s plus 130. I saw at some spots. Other places offer, will he have a double-double also?
No, I would not be betting 20 plus on him.
Yeah. So I also said I wanted to track how these moves would wind up. Minnesota opened 4.5, closed 7. They won by 7. Pacers.
It was 7.5, by the way, for a while.
Pacers open a 1.5-point dog, closed a 2.5-point favorite. They're down 8 with 4 minutes left. The Nets were 4.5-point dogs. They went off 2-point favorites. They are down 8 at the half.
Wow, okay.
There's another big move.
I know that Zach Cohn is making a case for them on VSiN.com. How many threes will Bronny make tonight? 2 pluses, plus 130.
Yeah, not enough.
Double-double on Flagg is plus 180. I'd like to bet the no on something like that as well.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for us. VSiN Primetime next for 4 hours, followed by Cashing Out. And then again, wake up early tomorrow with Jensen and Dave, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. VSiN by the books.